Far up north, where it is very, very cold, and will always be cold because God would never allow the planet to change temperature dramatically, there lives a man named Santa Reagan Claus. Usually, he just goes by Santa R. Claus. He lives there with his wife because he is a heterosexual. Also, a whole collection of immigrant children work in his factory. This is one of the reasons he is known throughout the world as being so generous and kind to children. If it were not for S. Reagan Claus, those diminutive little people would be completely unemployed and would probably starve and freeze to death in the cold. So anyway, his factory is able to churn out tons and tons of really cheap toys. Partially because he is using child labor, but also because the North Pole is not burdened by the iron fist of government regulation. So anyway, as the CEO of the North Pole factory, Santa works very, very hard every single day of the year. The idea that Santa only works one day a year is a myth perpetuated by communists to reinforce the idea that the 1% are somehow lazy and undeserving. Because he is a conservative, he has vowed to cut expenses by 1% every single year, and has been doing this since the year 1803. This is why his company is so efficient now. It is also why he pays his underage factory workers with candy canes. So anyway, on Christmas Eve, he meets with his distribution department, which is made up primarily of deformed and slightly mentally retarded people. In popular folklore, these assistants are described as being monsters. But that just shows you how racist that liberals are. Santa employs them because Santa does not discriminate. He employs based only on the finding of who is best for the job that is needed. Therefore, Santa employs the members of his distribution department to scare the crap out of children who are bad, and beat them. Because let's face it, that is a role to which deformed and disabled people are especially suited. So anyway, Santa Reagan Claus and his team of assistants go around the night before Christmas in order to reinforce capitalist free market values. How does he do this? When a child has worked hard enough for little to no financial compensation, he is given a very small and very inexpensive bonus in the form of some kind of toy. On the other hand, when a child has been lazy and has not worked in the factory or in the fields, then Santa's mutant monster-looking assistants place the child into a burlap sack and beat him until he learns the value of hard, honest work. Because Santa knows that coddling children leads to nothing but dependent, entitled, little spoiled brats. And in the real world, there are winners and losers get punished. Those are real conservative values, and Santa Reagan Claus is there to help you teach them to your children. Ho, 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 ho.